Before we begin, let's do a quick exercise and make sure our phones are on silent. Gentle reminder that cameras are rolling. If anyone would like to record the sessions on their phone, you can put it on the table now. So in view of the very exciting press conference we have for you today, our Consul General has recommended that we take a moment to gather ourselves. We close our eyes, we take about 3 long deep breaths, and then we begin from there. So let's take a minute to close our eyes. Gently bring our minds back to this moment. Take a long deep breath in and breathe out. This time with a big smile on our face. Another long deep breath in and breathe out. Settling our minds and our hearts. Whenever you feel complete, slowly and gradually you may open your eyes. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Art of Living and the International Association for Human Values, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you, the members of the press, to the press conference for a grand 2-day meditation masterclass called Unveiling Infinity, to be conducted by Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar, an internationally acclaimed humanitarian and spiritual leader and ambassador of peace. We have the absolute pleasure of a variety of distinguished speakers here with us today. Without further ado, I invite first His Excellency Shri Vipul, our Consul General of India, to inspire us with his words.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. I think it gives us great delight to announce that Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji will be in UAE on November 15, 16 and 17. November 15 will be in Fujairah, where he has been invited, very graciously invited by His Highness the ruler of Fujairah, and he will be in Fujairah on November 15 doing a large program. And we will have Puj Gurudev ji in Dubai on November 16 and 17, doing the program under the overall theme of Unveiling Infinity, which is what Art of Living has set about to do, which is that how we can be at peace with our inner selves, how we can find the infinity which exists within ourselves. We are very fortunate that he is going to be here. That's a dream that many of us had, that he comes here. A lot of people have worked behind the scenes in persuading Gurudev to be in UAE. For years, people have worked on this, and it is really coming to fruition now. So we are very, very happy that he will be here. We all know about Art of Living, which was founded by Gurudev Ravi Shankar ji. There are millions of followers who are associated with Art of Living. There are millions of people who have benefited from Sudarshan Kriya, and he has emerged as such a big spiritual and humanitarian leader in the world and an ambassador of peace that we Indians especially feel very, very proud of Gurudev. It's also a coincidence that he is coming here in the year 150th year of Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary. So clearly, happiness and peace and tolerance, which are so dear to the UAE leadership and which were so dear to Mahatma Gandhi, these are also the values which will get promoted when Gurudev visits us in UAE. These events will be held. We are sure that thousands of people will benefit from these meditation sessions in Dubai. I would also on this occasion like to highlight our association in the Consulate with Art of Living, with whom we have been doing our yoga programs on International Day of Yoga on June 21 every year for the past 4 years. We feel very happy in associating with them. There are those followers who come to Art of Living and do yoga with us, both Indians, Emiratis, and other nationalities. So that is also one great thing with Art of Living, that people from across the world are associated with them. Last year and this year, when I've been here in Dubai, we have done our yoga programs with Art of Living. Last year it was Khalifa. This year in Zabil Park, we all did it together. And also in the other Emirates, where we have worked with Art of Living for the International Day of Yoga. So I think the work that Art of Living does, I think it goes on to show the value that Gurudev attaches to the team here, that he has decided to be in Dubai, and we hope certainly that we will get him more and more, hopefully on an annual basis in UAE. I'd just like to conclude by saying that what Gurudev says about meditation, in a recent speech he mentioned this, that in today's day and age, there are two biggest problems are of aggression and depression. And it is through meditation and yoga that one can really tackle these two problems of aggression and depression and make the world, by becoming individually better, by becoming individually more peaceful, we can make the world more peaceful and a better place to live in through meditation and yoga. So I would like to stop here. We have the entire team of Art of Living with us. They will talk more about Gurudev's visit here. But certainly in the consulate, in our embassy, we are very happy that he is going to be with us and very excited for meeting him and having the larger community here, the Indian community as well as the Emirati community as well as all the other nationalities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I invite Mr. Dharmendra Patel, a project manager for the Unveiling Infinity event and COO of the International Association for Human Values, to give us a background on the work that IHV does around the world.
Thank you, Shri Vipul for wonderful, encouraging words. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the press and media. How do you describe such an amazing personality as Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar? The world popularly knows him as, a renowned spiritual leader, a humanitarian, somebody who has a mission saying, I wish to have a stress-free society, a violence-free society. Now, all these things sounded very encouraging to me, very interesting to me, when I started my journey with him way back in 2002. What struck me was when I met him one-on-one, he said that let's walk this journey together. And I asked him, I said, what is the goal? What is it that you wish to achieve? And he said, a smile on every face in this world. Really? A smile on every face? Is that possible? And he said, yeah, let's do it. That is what caught me. Here's a simple, humble man taking on the whole world's responsibility of bringing a smile. No one has ever thought about this. And I said, I subscribe to this idea and I'll join the bandwagon. And that's how my journey began. Over a period of time, one after another, I saw successfully various tasks being achieved by Art of Living. Various sections of societies were benefiting. There was positivity spreading. There was love spreading. There was peace spreading. And the momentum just caught on. 1997, Gurudev decided to launch International Association for Human Values, a platform provided for everyone to come, join hands, work together to bring about harmony in the world, to bring about peace in the world, to bring about happiness in the world. International Association of Human Values then found a place in UAE. It happened in 2004. IAHV, as we popularly call, established its credentials and presence in UAE in 2004. Today, it is a registered NPO, not-for-profit organization, registered with International Humanitarian City, and we all know the chairperson of International Humanitarian City is none other than Princess Haya, Sheikh Mohammed's wife. A lot of credibility has been attached to the work that IHV does within the region in terms of conflict resolution, in terms of disaster management, in terms of providing quality cultural values to students. Loads of work happens. My colleague here is going to describe and explain you in detail what work is being carried out. Coming back to the core, isn't it a right time for us to find peace within ourselves, to find happiness within ourselves? So far we have been looking for happiness externally. I think it's time that we find peace with ourselves, because once Gurudev said, when I was questioning him and discussing with him, saying how to go about bringing the smile and how do you think the world would change, and he said, Dharmendra, if you are smiling, your family smiles. If you are peaceful, your family is peaceful. If your family is peaceful, your environment is peaceful. If your environment is peaceful, the state, the region, and eventually the country would be peaceful. And when many countries are peaceful, the world will be peaceful. I completely subscribe to this idea. And as Shri Vipul said, millions have done this, but let me tell you, Art of Living is spread now in 156 countries. So far we have touched and transformed 370 plus million lives, and the journey continues. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I invite Ms. Manal Carrera, a project coordinator of the International Association for Human Values, to tell us about the amazing work she and many others have done on ground in our region.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the last years, we have been doing a lot of work that helps people who have been traumatized, who have been too stressed, and we have been doing a lot of work to help those who have been put aside to reintegrate into the society, like those very important prison courses that helps the inmates to be rehabilitated, to come back to their normal nature, which is peace and love. In the last 3 years, more than 350 prisoners have been receiving all those trainings And since 2007 actually, 750 plus prisoners have been receiving the trainings, only here in UAE. And of course, all over the world, there have been thousands and thousands of inmates who have felt a lot of transformation, because Guruji, Shri Ravi Shankar ji, is having this vision of making the whole world stress-free and violence-free. And whenever he sees someone who have been doing something wrong, he says, inside every culprit, there is a victim trying for help. And this is how we are approaching those people, helping them to transform their lives, to be able to go back to the society and contribute to it, instead of the time then when they were not helpful. Also, Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji, he is having a huge vision for the environment. You cannot be at peace with yourself or the people around you if you are not at peace with the environment. And there have been more than 12 schools who have participated in My Bag, My Earth initiative. And it was a kind of a project to educate the children, first to refuse using the plastic bags and to make sure that they are friendly to our earth, because we have to live here and we have to make it a better place. Also, there is the stress relief workshops that were conducted to help the children and the families who have been having some special difficulties, like some disabilities, mental or physical, and it helps them to cope with what is, and their families as well, to cope with whatever is happening. It is very important when we are dealing with an individual, we make sure that everything around them is also peaceful. Because, as my friend said here, I am here to help the person and everything around them. When I'm in peace, my family will be in peace, the whole society will be in peace. Also, we had a lot of drug rehabilitation, the drug addicts rehabilitation programs that we have been conducting, where tens of people have been transformed and now they are able again to integrate into the society. And of course, there are weekly yoga sessions and stress elimination programs for the blue collars workers, where more than 2,000 we have reached, and we are working on reaching more.
Thank you so much, my dear. Next, I invite Mr. Vinay Kapoor, member of the Executive Committee for the Unveiling Infinity event, to talk to us about the art of living and its amazing work.
Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome from Art of Living. It's really a delight and pleasure to have all of you today, and thank you very much, Shri Vipul for having us here. I just want to give you a little global perspective of Art of Living. Art of Living spreads the message of peace and well-being through 32,000 instructors across 12,000 centers worldwide. So you can imagine what a huge vision Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar had. And we have reached millions of people around the world through very simple technique and yet very practical. The tools that are used involves breathing, yoga, meditation, and combination of all. We have conducted various empowerment programs benefiting hundreds and millions of people around the world in prison under a program called Prison Smart. Today is an opportunity and a delight for all of us to share, which is pride of every Art of Living member of UAE family, and I would go to an extent saying it's a pride moment for every Indian to have Unveiling Infinity, first time ever being conducted in UAE. The program will be taken directly by himself, Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar. As you're already aware, the program is going to be on November 16th and 17th in Dubai at Dubai World Trade Center. Just to give you some of the benefits of what the program aims to achieve. Foremost, bring inner peace, inner well-being. I have personally experienced the program twice, and I find this to be one of the most profound programs wherein you start the journey going inwards. And I say it is a unique blend of experiencing serenity in such a dynamic environment. We remain confident that this program will see huge transformation in individuals who will attend the program over a 2-day period. On that note, I once again want to acknowledge and be very grateful to all the press people present here today, and thank you for giving us this opportunity to share what we have done so far. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Having done the program myself, I resonate with everything you just said. Next, I invite Mr. Jagdish Gupta, also a member of our executive committee of the Unveiling Infinity event, to talk to us about Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar.
Your Excellency, Consulate Member of India, Mr. Vipul, and ladies and gentlemen, it's very exciting for Art of Living fraternity that Gurudev is coming, our dream is coming true. We have been aspiring for this for the last 15 years because Art of Living started here in 2002 or 2003. And today is the day we are able to announce his arrival. I am very, very grateful to Gurudev because he came to me in my life. He came in my life when I was going through a very troubled time. In 2008, when things were in doldrums on my professional level, on my personal level, and I didn't know what to do, what not to do, where to go. And then the nature sent me a guru, a master, who took my hand and took me through the problems. And all the problems became challenges, and one by one I could overcome all of them. And the techniques are the simple techniques. I was hesitant in the beginning how these techniques will help me. Breathing and meditation, a logical mind, they don't sound so logical. You feel this may not work. Let's go to some doctor or psychologist or some fortune teller or run away from here, But then, in the company where I was working as CFO, there were 20,000 people, and suddenly the owner dies at the age of 51. There is no succession planning. There are 10, 15 companies in 7, 8 countries, 20,000 people working, and suddenly he goes away. And then recession comes in, and then one of the biggest plant gets fired, and then on personal front I lose millions on my investments because of recession worldwide in 2008, 2009, everybody lost. And it continued, even my wife got breast cancer and all, continued. But then these courses empowered me to come out of all these things, to handle my company, to handle myself, to handle my family. And today my company is debt free. My wife is fine, I'm fine. All thanks to Gurudev's techniques. So millions of lives are touched. That is what people are saying, but I am their living example. How it changed my life. And that's why I am telling everybody should do the course under Gurudev. If he's doing the course, it's like vaccination. Like you got a flu, you will go to doctor, you will do happiness course, fine, you will be out of it. You want more better result, okay, go for injection, go for advanced course, meditation course. Go beyond Sudarshan Kriya, do meditation. But then if you go to Guruji's course, it's like vaccination. It won't come to you, flu won't come to you, stress won't come to you. Now things are happening around me, but I am stress free. Because I got that inner wisdom. Things will change. I got the breathing techniques. The breath is connected with your mind. So if you use the breath correctly, you can change your state of mind. And if suppose the problem is bigger, then go for meditation. And he is teaching you things which you can practice at home. There is nothing to do, no cost. You only have to use breath. And you have to use your mind, that's it. Nothing else. And in this course, he will teach you how to train yourself, your mind, to be happy, to make others happy, to be useful to society. You can spread happiness only if you are happy inside. Finally, it comes down to the fact that you realize that you are happiness yourself. You are looking for happiness all around you, but basically you yourself are happiness inside. If you go your inward journey, you will realize that you are bigger than any problems. You are happiness. You can handle any situation. So this course is highly recommended. My life changed in 2 days when I was in Penang in Malaysia. I did course with him. And entire life changed. I knew who am I, what is the purpose of life, what I am for here, how to handle situations. Any situation comes in, I can handle now very easily. I wasn't like that before the courses. And he has designed several courses for youngsters, for teenagers, for adults, for older generations. Because he cares for everybody. And it's not about courses, and he goes beyond courses, he goes for humanitarian things. And that's where I got inspiration that I should be part of it. And I'm part of it now. For the last 10 years I have been doing it and trying to do whatever I can. I wish I could do more. And Guruji coming here is a blessing, believe me, it's a blessing. And Dubai has a lot of stress. And this is a stress buster. All the mega cities have stress. Dubai is one of them. We all know it. So, it should be given due weightage in the media, and I hope we have more and more participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your heartfelt words, sir. Last but not the least, I invite Ms. Salwa Al-Shaibani, an Emirati entrepreneur, to talk to us about her experiences with the art of living.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. My experience about art of living, I had started it very, very long time. I was a lot younger than now. And we started the course, me and my daughter, Ravi Shankar, who is a very active member in the art of living. And my experience of the ashram of Germany, here you have an ashram, everybody is working in the ashram, happy, free, people are cooking, people are cleaning, people are organizing. You have the seva, you have the satsang, you have the silent. All that was something completely new for me. And that is what art of living and Guruji, Shri Ravi Shankar is, as they have said, my friends and colleagues. And really, art of living and Shri Shankar and his career and all the techniques that has been spread in the world, it doesn't belong to one religion, one color, one country. It belongs to the world, it belongs to the people. And that is the reason of the growth of this work that brings happiness to human beings and works on it is goodness, environment, and that smile that we are seeking all of us for. And I'm really very happy that he is coming to Dubai also, and that he is coming to the UAE. It is our pleasure, and we are very proud everybody else that have been worked hard to reach to this stage, and I wish for them all the luck and the success of this visit of our dear Guruji Shri Ravi Shankar. I will not talk more than that. I think that's enough. And my big love to Guruji really made me give me my daughter as a gift. Today she is in all the camps and all the difficult, dangerous places. One thing I asked her, I said to her, in the United Nations and UNESCO and these countries, when they send some people, these organizations, when they send the people and they come back from the mission, they get rehabilitation. How did you get your rehabilitation? She said, I get it from my career, in the blessing of my group. And that was really a great answer from her. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Salma. Before we open the floor to question answers, we thought the best way to really bring you an experience of what we're offering through the event is to actually give you the experience of meditation. Manal here is one of our Art of Silence program teachers. So we'll lead you through a short 5-minute meditation. We'll do that together and then we open the floor for question answers. So if you can just relax with your phones a little bit. We can keep our eyes closed and we relax for the next 5 minutes. And I'll give the...
So let's sit comfortably and easily with our spine erect, eyes closed, back relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and let go. And just observe your breath. Attend to each breath. Incoming breath energizes the body, and outgoing breath relaxes the body. Just be aware of this phenomenon happening and relax with every breath out more and more. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. And slowly keep a smile on your face. Smile to people, whether we actually want to smile or it's just a social obligation. But this smile, we will smile it to ourselves. Take a deep breath in and breathe out and relax more and more. And let the smile filter to each and every cell of your body, every atom. Let it relax. Let's take another deep breath in with a smile. And breathe out. And slowly and gradually become aware of your body and surroundings. And taking your own pace, whenever you feel complete, you may open your eyes.
So everyone is feeling really relaxed. The floor is open for question answers. You're welcome.